Howdy, hey, hi, Spaceman Josh here, and welcome back to Planetbase. Let's go ahead and jump right back into the action. So I know last episode I said I wanted to add a windmill, a spaceport, get some more guards and engineers, as well as start making some guns. I know that the just adding another structure here instead of just building a whole, adding another small thing in here instead of building a whole other structure is going to use less material, so I'll just build the gun workshop first, as well as actually I'll build the second spares workshop later, because those will take engineers to make. I'll go ahead and slow down time, that way I'm not going too fast, and then I'll go ahead and start placing in the next the windmill. I'm gonna do outdoor windmill, and pretty much every windmill I've done so far, I double clicked. Thank you. Every windmill I've done so far has been a medium windmill. This time I'm actually going to be doing, though, a large windmill that uses 4 instead of 2. I should be able to place it somewhere around here, right? There should be something that I can do. Oh, I can place it right here. I really hope that's still inside the range. Let's go ahead and check real quick, actually. It's the best thing you can do. Check the range. Oh yeah, it's in. So I'll have another large windmill, and that'll be able to produce even more power than the mediums. So during sandstorms I won't be losing power. If at least I won't be losing as much. I don't know if I'll still be losing power or not. I haven't done that math yet. Alright, so then I'll speed up time just to get that built. What does this take to make a gun? A metal bioplastic semiconductor. Okay. So we'll get that going as I'll start building guns. I'll go ahead and turn this back. I'll actually turn back on colonists. And I do want to get more engineers and more guards. Actually, I'll probably mostly just engineers right now. I'm not too worried about guards. Put the guards at like 5%, so maybe I get 1. I have like 5 guards, but mostly what I want is engineers right now. And get them started on this wind turbine. We gotta place the one on the. Yep, that's just it. So all that, the engineer is unhappy. Well, that's morale, but same difference for this. Okay, so now we got a large wind turbine. So I don't have to worry about wind power during sandstorms, at least not that I know of. We got that going. All that's left to do is get some more people and build the spaceport. We only have 2 available metal. And so I don't want to tell them to build the spaceport just right now, because it takes 10, as well as the connection that it needs. We'll take another 1, maybe 2. I'm not entirely sure if it'll take at least 1 for the connection, so it'll be at least 11 metal that I'll need. I only have 7 ore and 2 available metal, so it'll be a while before I can actually build the spaceport. What is a trader? Electronics trader. Ooh, you have the constructor bot patent. I need that. 55% commission, that's not that bad. I have 40 medicinal plants. Let's put in 100 there. Oh, he has also low stock too, that's also nice. I'll give you 20 medicinal plants, 20 vegetables, and all I need is 10 more. I'll give you 21 medicinal plants. You can give me the blueprint for a constructor bot so I can learn how to make those. Go ahead and speed time back up. I need to get more metal production, so actually I'll go over here and say, hey, I need to prioritize this. We only have 1 start, so I'll go ahead and deprioritize this processing plant. Have them move over to here. Get this stuff done. I have 9 workers, so there's 8 things for them to do over the entire processing plant. And then there's also, what else do they have to do? They would work in the mines. That's pretty much the majority of their job, is processing plant and the mines. So I'm not too worried, because the driller bots are completely, they pretty much control the mine. There's almost always 2 driller bots out in there I can do in time, because there's 4 driller bots. A lot of times there's 3 of them in there. You can see how fast they are too at it. You know, even as we're dropping off vegetables, we're still making more too. So there's just a bunch. We also have a lot of bioplastic right now, because we went through and made all that, did all that starch. We have a lot of bioplastic. How much more stuff do we need to give you? Just 6 more of both of those. We're almost there. We got 8 metal. And as soon as he leaves, more colonist ship can show up. And to avoid this happening again, because that was nice, and I didn't want that. I did want that, but I think for right now, I'm just gonna do just colonists, that I can get the engineers. How much do you need? He just needs 1 more medicinal plant, 1 more vegetable. Now he just needs the vegetable. And there it is. Dr. L.E. Rubio dropped off the last thing, and we learned how to make construction robots. I mean, they might not seem too helpful for this point in the game. Oh, wow, that got taken out. No one was on the telescope, so... And now there's a sandstorm. Oh, lovely. At least now it's a good chance to look at the grid and see really if I'm producing enough power. So with the winds at full blast, it's producing... that's not very helpful. It keeps changing. Well, I know the 2 medium windmills... They produce 30 each, and then there's this guy who produces 50. Okay, that's good to know. So altogether, they're producing 110 by the looks of it. So if I go back to the grid, I'm producing 110 and using 117. Almost there in terms of creating as much as I'm using during a sandstorm. Which means that I am losing power, but not nearly as much as what I was, so it's a lot better right now. All I would really need to do is to maybe make another large windmill to allow for more structures to be built, and yada yada yada. And I also have enough metal now for the spaceport. Another thing with the spaceport, it's not just for visitors, it also allows for larger trader ships and larger colonist ships to land as well. And so as a result, you'll be able to get more people at the same time. Is it just me, or do the sandstorms last longer than they have been in previous episodes? For some reason I remember them not being that long. Oh well. We'll go ahead and invalidate. Okay, double clicked again. It double clicked again. There we go. And direct attachment to the airlock. Starport. And so it'll take 10 as well as 1. And I think another... Ooh, colonist. Another thing is the radio. I think I think those are 3 engineers. And there's the alarm for this episode's Nerd Alert. Alright, so I know in the last episode I talked about the Milky Way galaxy and the whether or not other galaxies were moving closer or away. Now, if you remember from that episode, there's actually only one galaxy that's moving towards the middle of the Milky Way, and that's the Andromeda galaxy, and that's actually expected to happen in about 5 billion years or so. It's always an estimate because we can't know for sure, especially with astronomical timescales, but it's estimated to happen in about 5 billion years. So with this episode Nerd Alert out of the way, let's go ahead and get back into the game. So I have plenty of engineers now. I have 9 engineers. That's plenty. And so now I think what I want to do is I want to get more, like 1 more guard. And so I'll put in, I can probably use with another medic, so I'll put like 20% there, 50% in guards, and I could use like 1 more worker. So just so that way there's an option: 30% worker, 20% medic, and 50% guard. Oh, we also already just built the spaceport. We have 1 available metal with 4 ore and 5 starch. I'll go ahead and speed time up. Once we get, I think probably it's safe to probably deprioritize this, but I don't think I want to do it just yet, just because we only have 1 available. We have 37 available bioplastic. More colonists. What'd I get? A worker, a guard, and a medic. Got 1 of each. So now I have 10 workers, 4 medics, and 5 guards. That's actually pretty much what I wanted, which is nice. So now I can turn off that and turn on traders. I'll hold up turning on visitors until I know that I have that I'm able to have a couple guns, armed guards and whatnot on site. I think they're still working on making the first gun. Yeah, they're still working on making the first gun. We're at 90% though. Is that a trader ship? I don't remember what kind of trader is yellow. Ooh, but now we have a gun. Industrial trader. Ooh, mega collector patent. And gun. 45% commission, that's actually kind of nice. I'll also take some metal off of you. And probably just 2. That'll work like that. How much is this worth? 400. That's a mighty expensive thing. I don't think I'd be able to fill up that request, so I'll put this back down. So I just need 160, so I can put in 6 of this, 10 and 6, that'll get rid of some of the medicinal plants and get rid of some of the bioplastic that I have excess of, get some metal in return. As well as what else was I getting from that? I forgot already. Oh yeah, another gun. So then I'll have, yes, yeah. I wonder if there's a way to actually, I'm gonna slow time down to 1. Let's look at this guard. Okay, that guard does not have a gun. Because they're not in the army, that means they're probably on one of the guards, and I wonder if it'll tell me. He does not have a gun either. Do you have a gun? Otherwise, I want to know where the guns are going. So you're not gonna let me see? What about you? Do you have one? You do! You have a gun. Yeah, so guns just go to the guards starting off, and then once there's excess, they start going into the armory. I have 36 people, 5 of them are guards, which means 31 people. These hold 10 guns each, so 20 guns. Having 25 out of the 36 people having a gun on red alert is not that bad of a deal. Go ahead and speed time back up just so we can keep this thing going. So now we already have all the stuff to make another gun again. We're doing pretty decent on spares, but what I'm going to do is I'll actually build the other spares workshop. And now this area is completed to what I wanted to do. Yay, they dropped it off. I think what happens is the gun goes to the armory, and then a guard comes by and picks it up. Yep, so now we have 2 armed guards out of the 5 available. Or maybe 3, I don't know. I just know at least 2 guards have guns. And with trader ships being activated, they can either land on the spaceport or the landing pad. So I might be able to get 2 traders at once, who knows. And something I want to build soon, but not too worried about, is the radio antenna. And it's because it basically allows you to, if anyone wants to land, they have to go through your radio antenna, whatnot, like to communicate with you once you build that. And so you can govern who's allowed on the planet. So I can turn on visitors, and if I don't want to let visitors on, I can tell them no, you can't land, and then they won't. I can also just control, whether or not I get colonists yet, or when I get traders, stuff like that. Which will be kind of nice to do. Ooh, there's a large trader ship. It's a medicine ship. Star Pharma Representative. You have lots of medicine. What's your commission? 65% commission. Bye-bye. Is time sped up? Okay, so I'm going to keep time sped up for a while. Just to sort of keep things going. How much does it take to build that radio antenna? It takes anywhere from 2 to 4. And I have 4 available, and it would have... Yes, now I can make the radio antenna. Invalid location. Invalid location. There we go. Build the big one. I'll place it. Is there a range to this one? I don't think so. But I'll go ahead and attach it to that. And then in order to really make it work, you have to attach a radio console, which a worker will monitor that one. Actually, that's actually good to know. And so what I'll do from here is I'll put on another telescope console in order to help increase the telescope percentage. Well, actually, I think you would need to build 2 telescopes, and that's how you increase the percentage, but we'll need a telescope console anyway from that. I'll place a radio console for a worker to be on. So now that radio is built, is there a percentage here? Transmission interception chance. Okay. That might prove to be a little irritating. But now we have a radio console. Yeah, so you need a second telescope to increase the percentage now that there's 2 people on those consoles. How many? Yeah, so now I have 9 engineers, and from the looks of it, let's see. I just want to go over again, this is what I need. We'll have engineers that will work in this area. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 once it's turned on, but it's not right now. So just 6, and then so a third of them are able to take care of their needs at any given time. General Goods Representative. Ooh, genetically modified tomato. I want this gun. 60% commission. Never mind, I don't want this gun. Bye. And so we are approaching the 20-minute mark of the episode, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. Alright, so if you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos or hear more nerd alerts, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you wish, turn on notifications. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Spaceman Josh out.